Sorry, we were having technical difficulties. Our live stream failed twice in a row, so now it's up and running, so hopefully everything will go okay. Good morning, Jimmy and Kathy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Lori and Lisa. We're going to give me 1 second for my cough drop.
Morning, Jeff.
Our first song is that. Alright, by the time you get to the chorus, that's very good.
But
promised land was not what he seemed. But wait right here, how could this be? He's alive, he's risen for the whole world to see. They missed him the first time, that crowd won't miss him when he comes again as king. Here's the rest of the story. He's coming again. Just because he was crucified doesn't mean the end. I know he was buried, but on the third day he proved that his power still reigns. Here's the rest of the story. He's coming again. Out on the waters, storms raging high, the waters around them were troubled that night. Fear filled their hearts, they thought they would die, but they failed to remember that the Master was nigh. Then he spoke the words, and the winds all stood still. Even the waters obeyed his will. He calmed their storm, just like he will mine. If I just remember that he lives deep inside, so why should I worry? Why should I fear? With this very same Jesus, he is always so near. He lives in my heart, and he hears when I cry, and I'll call on his name till the storm passes by. We read in the Bible how he walked with them, brought light to the darkness when the way grew so dim. How great it would be to have his footsteps in mine and walk with the Master all of the time. And when trials come and death seems so nigh, I'll just call on the Master. I know he'll get there on time. When sickness comes and my body's in pain, all I have to do is call on his name. So why should I worry? Why should I fear? When this very same Jesus is always so near. He lives in my heart, and he hears when I cry, and I'll call on his name till the storm passes by.
Thank you for tuning in this morning. If you just stay tuned, the preacher will be on in just a second.